I'm having like a literal out-of-body experience right.
Oh, I'm right there with you. It's too much.
No, I mean, I genuinely need someone, anyone, to explain the structural mechanics to me. How does a multi-million-dollar television production transition from a 50-year anniversary of a breaded piece of chicken?
Well, literal chicken tender.
Right, a
Yeah.
chicken tender in New Hampshire with like live polka music and a grown man begging for a fake political title. How do we go from that to an actual real-life heartbreaking medical emergency where someone is actively losing a pregnancy on my screen?
It is without a doubt the most unhinged editing choice in the history of modern television.
I have emotional whiplash. Like my neck is broken. I am genuinely considering suing the network for emotional damages because the human brain is just not designed to process that kind of tonal shift.
No, there was zero transition. It was just deep-fried chaos straight into profound human suffering. And we're going to have to dissect that audacity today.
We really are. But first, babes, welcome back to the Snark side. We love you. We see you. And babes, we are so glad to have you.
We are so incredibly glad you're here to process this fever dream with us because, honestly, we cannot carry this burden alone.
Babes, the Cosmopolitans are out tonight. And yes, we are fully channeling our inner Carrie Bradshaw. And no, we will not apologize. Because honestly, New York is close enough to New Jersey that the vibe still works.
I'm barely. But let's actually analyze why we do this. Why are we sitting here in matching oversized sweatpants, swirling a violently pink beverage, and acting like we have these incredibly complex lives?
Because it's a necessary delusion. Like, I take one sip of this pink cocktail and I automatically feel like I'm about to flag down a yellow cab in the pouring rain.
Right, to go tell a man he broke your heart outside a jazz club.
Exactly. It creates this completely false, unearned confidence. I'm projecting this emotionally unstable city girl persona when the reality is my biggest scandal today was realizing I forgot to defrost the chicken.
It's pure manufactured reality.
Yeah.
Which, perfectly mirrors the show we're talking about tonight. We just use vodka and cranberry juice instead of a camera crew.
Oh, totally. Okay, babes. The crab dip and garlic dippers are also on deck tonight. And honestly, this combo is unreal.
It is structurally flawless. Crab dip is top tier. The texture, the complex flavor profile.
Because hot dips literally heal emotional damage.
They do. They really do.
If you're going through a catastrophic group vacation or if your reality show is giving you whiplash, you just put a hot, bubbling, cheesy crab dip in front of me and my trauma is temporarily erased.
Well, yeah, it's the psychology of emotional eating. But we do need to address the great deceiver of the dip world.
Oh, no, here we go.
Spinach dip.
You hate spinach dips so much.
It is highly overrated. It's the participation trophy of party appetizers.
Yeah.
People just put it out because they feel like a societal obligation to provide a green vegetable.
Yeah.
It's just mayonnaise and disappointment.
I feel like spinach dip personally wronged you in a past life, but I'm too focused on the garlic bread to argue because garlic dippers hold an elite status. I'm just aggressively spreading this crab dip while thinking about our own impending chaos.
Oh, the group trip.
Yes. Babes, we still haven't found an Airbnb for our July 4th party, and honestly, we don't even know if we want a beach vibe or a lake vibe.
And this indecision is actively tearing our friendship apart.
It really is. I am fully romanticizing the beach party aesthetic, okay? Picture it. The sun is setting, we're all wearing flowy white linen outfits, there's an ocean breeze, it's chic, it's coastal grandmother.
And it is a complete delusion. You want a beautifully directed movie, but you're inviting a group of people who are going to drink tequila at 2 in the afternoon and scream about sand getting in the potato salad.
You're ruining my vision.
I'm advocating for the lake house. A lake house has chaotic energy built directly into the foundation. I want cheap beers. I want fireworks being set off slightly too close to a wooden deck. A lake house guarantees inevitable emotional damage, which is what a group trip should be.
But the stress of planning this is making me unstable. Trying to find a place for 12 adults wanting pure luxury, but on a budget where nobody feels extorted.
The math isn't mething.
It's impossible. Everyone becomes the absolute worst version of themselves during vacation planning. Which honestly brings me to my next point. Honestly, babes, we might actually need to use some of our dental money and hire catering for the first time in our lives.
I knew you were going to bring this up. The financial anxiety is already spiking for me.
Well, for the Snark squad who might be joining us for the first time, we have to remind you that we are actual real-life dentists.
Yes, we are.
We work at separate practices, we look at molars all day, we deal with intense back pain, and then we come home and we just want to pretend we are wealthy reality stars who have a staff.
It's the delusion of feeling fake rich. Just because we opened a Google tab and searched for local catering companies.
But I want to host a party like someone on Bravo or MTV. I want the food to magically appear on silver platters. I want to walk around in a caftan with my cosmopolitan, point at a mini quiche, and have someone hand it to me.
Meanwhile, the reality is I'm sitting here scrolling through these menus, violently analyzing the price per head.
Stop checking the prices.
I can't. My logical brain is screaming. I'm looking at the artisanal cheese board cost and thinking, like, do I really need to supply these people with baked brie? Can't I just buy a block of sharp cheddar and call it a day?
We are dentists. We can afford the baked brie.
We can afford it, but the psychological hurdle of paying someone else to assemble charcuterie is massive.
Speaking of massive psychological hurdles. Okay, babes, we also FaceTimed Giovanni tonight, our Italian instructor. And babes, this man is too hot and too Italian to not be our friend.
It is actually becoming a severe distraction.
I am already emotionally attached. I'm just going to admit it. Italian accents are emotionally dangerous.
They bypass the logical center of the brain.
Completely. When he speaks, my cognitive function shuts down. He was trying to explain like a past participle today, and I was just staring at him, imagining us riding a Vespa through Tuscany. It is impossible to focus on the lesson.
I mean, I am fully aware that I'm just pretending to be in a European romance movie at this point. Are we actually learning a single word of Italian, or are we just paying an hourly rate to accidentally flirt with a man in Rome?
We're definitely just flirting. We need to plan a fake trip to Italy immediately, just to visit him.
Oh, I'm already looking at flight logistics.
Okay, babes, enough spiraling because we need to get into this chaos immediately.
Yes. We have a monumental amount of psychological and logistical chaos to unpack from this deep dive. Let's set the scene. The gang is in Boston. They're supposed to be having this cultural getaway.
Right.
But suddenly, they take this massive detour across state lines to Manchester, New Hampshire, to a restaurant called the Puritan Backroom.
And why do they do this? Because Jenny allegedly just, quote, found a pamphlet for it. A physical pamphlet. I literally need to scream into a pillow.
Let's break down the blatant production manipulation here.
Uh-huh.
Because my analytical brain was vibrating with rage.
It's so insulting.
We are in the year 2026. Who on this earth is casually stumbling upon a glossy paper pamphlet for a chicken tender restaurant in an entirely different state?
Nobody. Pamphlets don't exist anymore. They're ancient artifacts. It's so choosy.
Exactly. The fans on Reddit are absolutely dragging the show for this, and rightfully so. They're framing this heavily pre-planned, contracted, location-scouted event as a spur-of-the-moment detour.
You don't just roll a massive camera crew and a cast of millionaires into a random New Hampshire banquet hall on a whim.
Right, that requires permits, location releases.
It just makes me spiral because the reality TV format has gotten so manufactured. I completely agree with the fans screaming for a Bravo-style pivot. Just put them in a beautiful house, let them drink, and film the authentic drama. Stop with these fake scavenger hunts.
But fine, let's play along with the delusion. They arrive in this mythical tendy town.
To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the chicken tender, which, first of all, who knew the chicken tender even had a designated birthday?
Apparently the mayor of Tendy Town does.
Yes. This local comedian, Nick LaValle, who is emceeing this bizarre event. There is live polka music playing at an aggressive volume. People are doing the chicken dance.
It looked like a fever dream you have after consuming too much dairy before bed.
Snooki's confessional during this is the only thing that grounded me. She literally looks at the camera and says she has no idea what town they're in, what state they're in, but obviously they love doing the chicken dance here.
The absolute blackout level geographical confusion.
I have never related to a television personality more. Imagine being a pop culture icon, contractually forced to do the chicken dance to polka music in a windowless banquet hall. Her dissociation was profound.
And while she's dissociating, we have Mike aggressively lobbying this fake mayor to be named the deputy of Tendy Town.
He is so desperate for a storyline.
I need to ruthlessly analyze Mike's desperation for a title here. It's fascinating brand management. A Redditor literally asked how much the mayor was bribed for Mike to win that badge.
Honestly, probably a lot.
Let's look at his evolution. He used to be the villain. Now he's sober, married, positive. He lost his primary narrative function. So he's constructed this foodie angle. He needs the deputy badge because the badge gives him screen time.
But it's so incredibly boring for the viewer. The Reddit fans were complaining that the entire first 30 minutes of this episode was literally just about eggs, chicken, and jeans.
Denim. They were just talking about denim.
I challenge the Snark squad right now. Go back and take a shot of your Cosmopolitan every time the cast says the word jeans.
Do not actually do that. You will need medical intervention.
It was mind-numbing filler. But then the tension finally breaks. Things get surprisingly feisty between Dina and Vinny.
The pressure cooker exploded because you cannot trap massive egos in a room with polka music and not expect a detonation.
Mina comes out, and good for her, because Vinny was acting like an absolute ass. He is calling Dina a hick. He is relentlessly making fun of her husband Chris's car.
And the tension apparently started because Vinny was talking to Paulie about weight loss right in front of everyone while they were eating.
Which is so triggering.
Let's dissect Vinny's chronic superiority complex here. Why does he always have to belittle the meatballs to feel good about himself?
Because he thinks he's better than them.
He uses this faux intellectual, keto dieting, coastal elite persona to punch down. By mocking Dina's husband's car, he's desperately trying to assert dominance. He disrupted the entire group dynamic just to feel like the smartest guy in the room.
I am passionately defending Dina in this scenario. There is nothing more deeply triggering than a friend insulting your partner's belongings. If someone in our group called my partner's car cheap, I am physically flipping the table.
Oh, absolutely.
That is a hard boundary. You can make fun of my outfit, but you do not attack my spouse's stuff.
It's a massive violation of the social contract.
Yeah.
And to bring up toxic diet culture at a fun group event.
While everyone is trying to enjoy 50th anniversary chicken tenders, it is obnoxious behavior designed to make everyone else feel gluttonous.
But what is truly jarring is how all this trivial nonsense in Boston is happening while an incredibly dark real-life scenario is unfolding back in Jersey.
Yes. We have to talk about Sammi and Angelina because it completely recontextualizes the episode.
Sammi stayed behind.
She tells the group she can't make the trip due to severe pregnancy-related discomfort and overwhelming paranoia.
And I completely validate Sammy's decision here. We've seen her fertility struggles on the show. For her to look at this itinerary, traveling to a chaotic chicken tender festival with people screaming about cars and say, "No, I am protecting my peace," it's profound.
It's true growth. Her boundaries are rock solid. But then we hit the emotional core of the recap, Angelina's heartbreaking crisis.
This is where the show derailed into raw, unfiltered trauma.
She's in Jersey, she feels off, she's spotting, and she goes to Sammy's house for advice, which makes complete emotional sense to me. She knows Sammi has experienced a chemical pregnancy and a miscarriage, so Sammi tells her to go to the ER for peace of mind.
Okay, I have to step in with the shady analytical take, which was also huge on Reddit. We have to point out the absolute irony here. Angelina used to be an EMT.
I know.
A trained paramedic. Why is she driving to a co-star's house to debate symptoms and calling her sister to debate the doctor's advice instead of trusting her medical training and going straight to the hospital? The logic is fractured.
See, I have to reel in the snark here. I have to push back. Because I felt such intense empathy for her. When it is your own body failing you, all logical training goes out the window.
I suppose that's true.
Even for us as dentists, if something is wrong with me, I revert to being a scared human being. She literally said, "That's why I didn't want to tell anybody yet." She was terrified. MTV even put up a title card offering resources for pregnancy loss.
Which is a rare move for them. It signaled this was not a manufactured storyline.
The cliffhanger absolutely destroyed me. The episode ends with Angelina looking so distressed. Her sister Michelle, or her friend Dana, the press can't even agree on who it is telling her to eat, and Angelina just breaks down in tears.
And then the teaser for the next episode.
It confirms the worst. Angelina says, "I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm actively miscarrying." That fucking killed me, dude.
It is brutal to witness.
Following the episode, she tweeted, "All I ever wanted was a family of my own." And fans flooded her with prayers for a rainbow baby. I am genuinely heartbroken for her. To live through that and then be contractually obligated to relive it on TV.
It brings up a massive ethical question. Is it manipulative for MTV to use a real-life medical tragedy as a cliffhanger teaser to boost ratings?
It feels so exploitative.
They showed us 45 minutes of the chicken dance and then intentionally hit us with footage of an active miscarriage as a hook. They're weaponizing her grief for engagement.
It is the ultimate emotional whiplash. You're laughing at Snooki, and seconds later you're sobbing for Angelina. It's entirely too much to process.
Which brings us back to the psychology of these group dynamics. How do these people even coexist? Let's get into our segment. Segment 1. most likely to ruin the vacation.
Yes, the mission is to debate which cast member's behavior in this episode would absolutely destroy our own trip vibes first.
Who gets evicted from the Airbnb?
For me, it's a tough call, but I'm standing firmly behind Mike.
Really? You're choosing Mike over Vinny. Defend that position.
I will. Mike would ruin the trip because of the manufactured obsession. We are in Boston, an incredible city, and he forces the group to drive completely out of the state to New Hampshire just to eat chicken tenders. And then makes it all about securing a fake deputy title.
It is exhausting.
It's so exhausting. If I am on vacation, I want to relax. I do not want to be a background extra in your desperate attempt to go viral. He sucks the authentic oxygen out of the room.
I see your point about the manufactured exhaustion, but you are fundamentally incorrect. The ultimate vibe killer is unequivocally Vinny.
Why? Mike holding us hostage for fried food sounds worse to me.
Because Vinny brings real toxic conflict into a sanctuary. Mike is just acting like a harmless clown. Vinny is acting like a malicious sniper. He intentionally initiates a fight by insulting Dina's husband's car, then lectures everyone about weight loss macros.
That's true.
He creates genuine hostility. I can ignore a clown who wants a plastic badge. I cannot ignore a guy who makes my friend feel as a hick. Vinny gets the eviction notice immediately.
You know what? You're right. Vinny brings the dark energy. Okay, segment 2. Biggest party gremlin energy.
The mission here is to discuss who thrives in chaos, drinks, and emotional instability based on this trip. And I think we agree on the undeniable winner.
Snooki takes the crown. No contest.
Happily doing the chicken dance, completely blacked out geographically, having absolutely no idea what city she's in.
That is pure party gremlin behavior. She doesn't care about Mike's fake title. She doesn't care about the drama. She just wants a drink and a dance floor, even if it's covered in breadcrumbs in New Hampshire. I aspire to that level of unbothered joy.
She has achieved enlightenment through apathy. But I do want to give an honorable mention to Dina.
Yes, my girl Mina.
Letting Mina out of her cage the second she felt disrespected by Vinny.
Yeah.
That is gremlin energy in its purest defensive form. She unleashed the beast right at the dinner table.
She is fiercely loyal to her husband. And if you step on it, Mina is coming for your neck. Which brings us to segment 3. Things we absolutely would have fought about.
The mission is to compare the cast drama to situations that would instantly start fights in our own friend group.
I am already spiraling just visualizing this. The car comment. If someone in our group called my partner's car cheap or referred to them as a hick, immediate, violent table flip.
Blood would be shed. Friendships terminated.
It goes beyond ribbing your friends. It's a direct attack on their livelihood. The group chat would have fractured permanently.
It violates the core essence of the social contract. But for me, the thing that would instantly start a war is the diet talk at dinner.
Oh, the macro policing.
Discussing weight loss while everyone is trying to enjoy a celebratory plate of chicken tenders and garlic bread. That is a punishable crime. If you bring up calorie counting while I am elbow deep in crab dip, I am going to formally ask you to leave.
It is emotional terrorism. Do not bring your keto logic into my carbohydrate-rich space.
Let people eat their carbs in peace.
Preach. Okay, segment 4. Most delusional hookup logic.
We need to break down the wildest romantic decisions and whether we secretly understand them. We absolutely must talk with Angelina's mystery man.
It's so complex and sad. In the previous episode, she told the father to be about the pregnancy over the phone, but this man completely refused to allow his image or voice to be used on the show.
I need to shadily analyze this ghost of a man. How delusional is it to date someone on a major reality show, get them pregnant, and then refuse to sign a standard release form to support her during a medical crisis?
It's highly suspicious.
It gives massive secret second family energy. Did you genuinely think you could just remain a voiceless background ghost forever?
It raises so many red flags, but my emotional reaction supersedes the snark. I'm just thinking about how profoundly isolating that must be for Angelina. She's going through this highly publicized pregnancy and miscarriage on camera with a ghost of a partner who won't even lend his voice to a phone call.
It's a very dark dynamic. She's giving everything to the audience, and he's giving nothing to her.
It breaks my heart. But speaking of constructed relationship dynamics, we have to touch on Ronnie's grand rebrand.
The redemption arc. Ronnie is opening up about his new girlfriend, Kristen. And I have to snark on the delusional logic of portraying a healthy relationship after a solid decade of the most toxic television romance in history.
I know.
They're supposed to collectively develop amnesia? Forget the destroyed property in Miami. Now he sits calmly at a dinner table talking about Kristen like a well-adjusted suburban dad. It feels like a calculated PR rebrand.
It absolutely feels meticulously crafted, but I have to admit something. I secretly hope it's real.
You cannot be serious.
For his sake and for his child's sake, I want it to be real. After the crushing tragedy with Angelina, I just want someone on this cast to have a peaceful, relentlessly boring relationship. Let Ronnie be boring. I am rooting for the delusion to become reality.
You are falling right into the producer's trap.
Yeah.
They want you to root for him so the inevitable downfall is more shocking. I give it 3 episodes before he's crying in a confessional.
Let me have my tiny sliver of hope.
We will see what the footage reveals, but that brings us to the end of this chaotic journey.
Babes, we want to express massive love to the Snark squad for surviving this emotional roller coaster of a deep dive with us.
You're the only ones who understand our hyper-analytical spirals.
But the conversation doesn't end here. We need you to hit the comments because we need answers. First, beach or lake house for July 4th.
Choose your aesthetic wisely.
Second, best party dip of all time.
If you say spinach dip, you are immediately blocked.
Third, whether cosmopolitans are elite.
We know they are, but we need external validation.
And which Jersey Shore cast member they could survive partying with.
The correct answer is none of them, but please lie to us.
And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps fund our eventual fake trip to Italy.
Ciao.
Stay messy, stay iconic. See you on the Snark side.